Welcome to the best NFT show in crypto. Good morning, good evening, good night to all the lads. I'm brimming from ear to ear, man. I cannot wait for this episode. We got so much to talk about. We got Juice Fast, we got Bitcoin origins, we got a bunch of NFT stuff to get to, man. It's going to be a great episode. What's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Dude, I'm pretty hyped, man. How do you not get hype when we're hitting numbers like almost near all-time high before we even hit the live button? What's going on, lads? It's good to see everybody. I want to give a quick shout out to who was number one today, Midhoon. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. NFT Army, we love seeing you guys in chat. Apprentice Artist, Crypto Mystic, I see you, brother. Bruno, what's going on? Jonathan, it's good to see everybody in chat. It's been a pretty good week. It's been a great weekend. I had my birthday weekend. It was a pretty good one.
Happy belated birthday to yourself. I've got easy. I got easy in chat right now that's saying, tell your friends, tell your granny, LADZ City is the place to be, and come watch NFT live. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to all you lads in the chat. We'll get to the comments, man. We are about to have a freaking great episode. You guys are making each episode better because it's so hyped in the chat, man. Wow. It is going to be amazing. We've got to get to the intros here, but NFT Live is bringing you from all the information from around the cryptocurrency, specifically the NFT industry. We love to have a little banner. We are the lads here. Obviously, you guys are earning our social token lads today for engaging in the chat and doing all the things you guys do. So without further ado, we will get into, do we want to bring Buff in here? Buff, how you doing, man? I know you're doing everything on the back end, but I don't know if you want to say hi to all the lads out there.
Hey lads, how y'all doing? What another fun time. We almost hit all-time high before the show started. How about that? I think we were sitting back going, let's just wait. Let's just let everybody in here. Everybody get nice and cozy and comfortable, man. But yeah, I pounded some coffee. I'm ready to go. Are you guys ready to go? Because we can push it back a little more. We can wait and get the numbers up.
Yeah, close the live. We'll come back later.
All right, we're going to restart this.
No. I guess I'm the only one who's ready to go, huh?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get to your intro here, Ronin, and then we will get to the remainder of the episode. We do have Bitcoin origins. We have a Pepe giveaway to get to as well that we're going to get to here and after the episode where we head to Lads Radio, but that will come later. So what's up, Ronin? Let's hear about your week.
Man, it's been a good one, dude. Like I said, over the weekend, I had the birthday, so I spent some time with the family, got to go out and eat a little bit of my favorite food, which I don't get to eat often, which is pizza. So that was pretty cool, man. Just had a great weekend with the family, dude. It was nice to kind of disconnect. I didn't really do too much, right? But outside of that, it was excellent to see that, the lads were busy. The moderators on chat have been really busy. I'm really surprised that we didn't put this on our topics to chat about, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there. We actually had our first fundraising event over the weekend, and we were able to raise almost $500 for Jose's trip to the Amazon, man. And it blows my mind that we didn't think about bringing this up during the show today, but what an excellent opportunity for us to be able to show how powerful our community is, right? It was last minute. We started the conversation about doing a fundraiser on Friday morning, and Sunday night we were raising hundreds of dollars. And not only that, man, but it was a super good vibe. We had over, I think, 70 or 80 people in Discord hanging out, listening to some live music. That was absolutely excellent. So my week has been really, really good, dude. Really good week for me.
Before we bring Buff in here, another thing we forgot to mention on this is you had a great week as a pseudo scammer. How did it feel? You're famous now.
Well, yeah, definitely. I didn't walk away with too much, right? Unfortunately, our boy Llama did get busted. But this is just a reminder to everyone in the community. Look, man, there's people out there who are just disingenuous, okay? So if somebody came into Discord and they were able to basically impersonate me, I guess they are a fan of the show. If they were able to trick enough people into thinking it was actually me, they started off the conversation. They were talking about something that had nothing to do with money. Next thing you know, they transitioned to, oh man, I can't get this money. Can you shoot me 2 ETH so I can do something that I need to do? And all of a sudden you're pressured, right, to send somebody money that you think is someone that But look, at the end of the day, this is just a reminder. Nobody from the lads group is ever going to ask anybody for money straight up like that. We're never gonna sneak in your DMs and start asking you guys to help us out with monetary compensation for anything. Okay, so if that ever happens, definitely let us know. Let us know where it's happening. We'll do what we can to get ahead of it and let you, and continue to remind people. But always do your research. Llama, we love you. I'm so sorry, brother, that you got pinched. And last thing I want to say, man, before we go, is thank you to everybody who said happy birthday in chat. I appreciate it. You lads are seriously a vibe.
Awesome, man. Well, let's bring Buff in here to talk about something he's been doing.
Oh, man, what have I been doing lately? Oh, yeah, there's a thing called LADZ Radio. It's going to happen right after this broadcast as well. We did one on Tuesday. We gave out some COGs. We had Bitcoin Benny, the co-creator of COGs, come on and shout out, pretty much break it down, what's going on within COGs. And the first edition sold at the end of the summer, and second edition is coming out December 22nd. So today there will be another broadcast of LADZ Radio right after this show. If you haven't tuned in yet, you're missing the boat. But don't worry, the boat is pulling into the harbor. You can jump on in. There's plenty of room for everybody. And we can introduce you to LADZ City, which is our Discord community that we are growing. And yesterday we hit another all-time high of 600 members. So thank you. Can I get a thank you, lads?
Thank you, lads.
There you go. All right, so... Honestly, for me, I love it. It's been a great experience. Shout out to the moderators. I had my cousin come on board. She has really no introduction to crypto at all, and she was able to come in and listen to LADZ Radio. And then as I was giving out COGs, she had a moderator help her out on getting a wax address. I don't know how she was able to figure that out, but shout out to Llama for walking her through those steps. And then she got to make it onto the wheel. I spun the wheel, and she actually ended up winning a COG. So even if you have no idea what crypto is, and somehow you stumbled across our channel right now, come to LADZ Radio, listen to my voice and some music, and the moderators will help you get set up. We'll get you a roll wallet, get you your first LAD token, and then you can walk around in LADZ City and take a look at the sights and sounds, man, because it's really growing, and I'm loving it. So right after the show, we got LADZ Radio, and then after that, we got a special ceremony, a talking stick ceremony, fireside chat. Get ready, folks, because after the music stops, we're going to open up our hearts, and we're going to talk about life. And, if you want to talk about crypto a little bit, you could feel free to if that's your passion. But really, we're just going to open the mic for everybody to kind of introduce themselves and tell your journey and your story. So we got stuff cooking right after the show. But NFTLive is live right now. So let's get going on NFTLive, you guys. How do you say it?
I think we should, man. And we got a lot of people in the chat asking about Wheel of Buffalo. So I don't know if that's an inside joke. I think we had some issues with the... Oh, okay.
The wheel. Don't get me started on the wheel. They say... Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to reinvent the wheel because the wheel itself is broken. What it is essentially is I had to give away 25 COGs while I was doing a broadcast. I wasn't set up properly. I had to get the wheel going, add the names, spin the wheel, broadcast the wheel out so people could watch the wheel live. Yeah. And it was a whole mess. And I'm not an expert in that at all. I learned a lot. And next time I do a giveaway, it'll be a lot smoother. And there actually will be an auction today in LADZ Radio for the other unopened pack of COGs. So if you're a big fan of COGs and you want to get an unopened pack that could have some very rare COGs in it, we are going to put it up for auction for LADZ tokens and LADZ tokens only. So stay tuned for more information on that at the end of the show.
Awesome, guys. All right, listen, this is the deal. We're about to start this show. We've got a couple more things to get to as far as LADZ and personal stuff. I wish we could get to all the comments, but we'd literally be here for 3 hours. So you guys are absolutely killing it. There is going to be an all-time high dance here in a second. We are sitting at 70. 73 is all-time high, so we need to hit 74, and then you guys earn twice the LADZ here today. I'm going to briefly touch on, I had a good week, but this specific portion of my week was not good. I watched my Dallas Cowboys get beat pretty bad on Tuesday. It's pretty dysfunctional right now. It's been probably, see, that's how I feel right there. It's probably the worst time that I've ever seen in my whole, thank you, Buff. Oh, you're amazing. Yeah, that's actually a live picture of me after I walked outside and turned off the game. But yeah, guys, it's not a good time to be guys, all-time high, 75. Shout out to the lads. Get my mind off these Cowboys. Oh, God dang. This is amazing. I want to give a quick shout out to Buffalo. He's doing so many things behind the scenes, man. He just came up. You guys obviously saw him. He's awesome, except not with a wheel. But he is doing so many amazing things to make this show what it is, honestly. And the amount of work that goes in pre-production to make what you see be total and top-notch quality, that's all on him. So great job hitting all-time highs, lads. You will be earning both of those links today for lads. Okay, so we have to get to the episode. We're already pretty far into the episode here. I want to give a quick shout out F1 Delta Time. They are our sponsor for this episode. They sold out their pre-sale. We can definitely pull that up there on the screen for their image. This basically came out from their Twitter. If we can do that. I've basically got in front of me, Key sold 1.3 million. And that's 1.3 USD. They had a Grand Prix sale or Grand Prix sale. The total actually or a portion of the track was $223,000, the biggest NFT ever sold. And then you also had the car go for 77,000. So shout out to F1 Delta Time. Shout out to Yatsui. Shout out to F1 Delta. We will be following them definitely. Thank you so much for sponsoring the episode. You guys are awesome. We are so indebted to you for being our first sponsor, and we can't wait for what's to come. So
we forgot somebody here. We got a guy standing by who is at his desk. And we need to say hello to him. Should we bring on the man in the myth, Ukrainian bear, Demetrius? What do you guys say? Should we bring him on?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Let's do it. What, there's the bear shy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dimitri. I'm the host of Dimitri's Desk. Thank you guys for having me on NFTLive again. You guys are smashing it, all-time high. It looks like I see 79 here. Jesus, that's amazing. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm a host of Dimitri's Desk. I do my piece on Tuesdays and Fridays where we talk about price action, so you guys can learn a little bit about price and what's going on in the market, obviously in the non-financial advice format. So if you'd like to know what's going on in the market, join me. Tomorrow I'm hosting it again on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. But let me talk about a little bit what's going on right now, right? We see bears kind of roaming around the streets, and I wanted to do a public service announcement to everyone to be careful, right? You can see the bear in my background. This is one of the instances where some of the guys that are looking at the market getting caught with these bears, right? And you know why they're around and they're, trying to hit the cars? It's because they're very hungry. You can see that they're already hitting the cars, they're looting the cars, right? And, my bears are very hungry, so they get to eat a little bit. That's why we get a little bit of a pullback in the market today and yesterday, but don't worry. The bulls are going to come back and kick out those bears soon enough once they get a little bit of food in their system, and things will, start getting back to the trend, to the upside. So, but anyway, I don't want to spoil it. As you guys know, tomorrow, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, you can join me and we can all talk about that. Looks like you guys got a packed episode, so I'll kick it back to you guys.
Awesome, man. Hey, we got a lot of beard comments. We're still waiting on that beard token, Dimitri. So great insights there from my man, Dimitri. You can check him out on Tuesdays and Fridays on Dimitri's Desk, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are up to 82, so we are going to get to the rest of the episode here. I have a Memeforce competition post that I need to get to. Buff, if you want to pull that up on the screen, I can also pull it up on my desktop. We have an image as well as a little bit of these rewards. So guys, we're working with Easy a little bit to get this done. He's over at Memeforce. That Discord is definitely lively. I've got the total post up here. But basically we're working in conjunction with Memeforce here to run a competition for you guys. So the best memes win. It's simple as that. We have this really cool first starter meme, but then you can come down here and in this post, see the rewards for first, second, third, and fourth through 10th. So first place, that's going to be judged by the Layer 1 team, the LADZ team here, will get a whopping 1,100 LADZ, 1,100 wax, and a super cool, those are easy words. I like that he used those. IoTeX UCAM. So we obviously had them on the channel last week, and they're generously donating 4 of those. And we're going to give, I think, 2 of those out in this competition. So basically create the best LADZ memes. We got a ton of themes, right? Cyberpunk. We got bears. We got buffaloes. We got Ronin the Collector. We got Q here. I feel like I'm the super lame name there. I need to up my name game. But definitely got a lot of themes. We got miners, recruits, nomads, all of these different things that you guys can meme. LADZ, obviously. So that is the Memeforce competition we're running. That is pretty much it, other than saying we have a Pepe giveaway to get to when we talk about them here in a second. So I think we're going to pass it over to Buffalo, and then we're going to start the episode 20 minutes in. Let's go.
Oh, yeah? What am I talking about?
That's what I was thinking. I think Q lost his place.
We're moving so fast here. We're like, all right, now back to the Buffalo. And I'm like, well,
I see Lads Radio / Fireside chat here.
I kind of covered that a little earlier. It's all good. We're moving
wow. Well, okay, guys, we have
I got one
Lads.
for you.
Okay, go ahead.
How about I talk about the Sandbox?
There we go.
Does that sound good? Let's talk about the Sandbox. We're going to hit our hot topics for the week, guys. My first one is going to be the Sandbox. So the Sandbox sale is picking back up, and it's actually going to be going back live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. As you all know, the Sandbox... they had that botch sale a couple of weeks ago that I was hoping to be a part of, and unfortunately, it did not go very well. So this is the makeup sale. They've got the Smurfs, the premium assets for the premium land, which I hope to get a couple of those for my mom. But outside of that, I think we've talked about Sandbox at length, and it's an excellent project. And I'm looking forward to their next land sale, man.
Awesome. Yeah, Sandbox is doing some great things. Layer 1's obviously going to be doing a lot of stuff. Lads is going to be doing a lot of stuff with the Sandbox team. Shout out to Seb and what they're doing over there. Shout out to that drop as well, man. That's going to be really cool to see the Smurfs get dropped to the landholders. Just another reason that you should be a landholder on the Sandbox. I've got the NFTArt Pulse, but I'm also keeping an eye. It looks like Blankos pushed the launch back about 15 minutes. So now I believe in the next 15 minutes, they're going to push that live for you guys, and you guys can go in there and get your Blankos. But we'll get to that story. We are at 90. 90. My goodness. Okay, so I've got NFTArt Pulse. This is going to come from DCL Blogger. He's a great blogger over there on Twitter, basically. So Maddie, DCL Blogger here. He put together NFTArt Pulse. Basically, it's going to show you all the different art sales that are going on these various platforms. You have super rare, Maker's Place, known origin, async art, and you'll be able to see kind of the growth in the price from sale to sale. You'll be able to see the recent sales, initial sales, the date that happened, the different artists. So definitely a really cool tool that is going to be used by the rest of the NFT industry for a long time to come. And so we need things like this. Obviously, it's not as built out as it'll be in 6 months, but it's a great start for tracking NFT art data.
Excellent. Yep. So for me, I have got the next one. This one is going actually to be the announcement of the Deadmau5 collector's set going on Wax, man. This is pretty cool to see because I was not expecting it. I hadn't even heard the littlest teaser on this one, but it looks like Deadmau5 is actually going to be coming out with a set on Wax, and that set is looking pretty cool, dude. I'm hoping that we will get some soundtrack on that as well, and that I think. What is the sale date on that one? Is going to be December 16th. So if you guys are interested, I think I'm going to be checking this one out, man. I'm a huge Deadmau5 fan, and I'm looking forward to his first collectible. And I think outside of that, man, this is one of those things where you see it and you're like, holy shit, this is actually getting big, right? This is an opportunity for, this is the first time I'm seeing a name like this, right? We had Shatner, right? We had Shatner a few months ago, and that was kind of cool. But I think that kind of plays to a different, era almost. This is someone who's very much in the know now, who is very popular, who has a huge following on social media. He's also pretty tied into things that are going on, right? He's got a Twitch channel, or he did at some point. I don't know if he's still on Twitch or not. But how do you feel about that, man? It seems like this is really starting to grow, and this is nothing but excellent news for the space.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of people kind of grow the NFT industry through some artists like this, and obviously you mentioned Shatner, but it's only going to get more and more crazy. The only thing that I hope is that nobody rushes in to creating these NFTs, because I think that could kind of create some bad, I guess not bad blood, but you kind of get a scenario where you get all of these people rushing in just to get a money grab of creating, hey, my own NFT. So I hope we can see a lot of quality alongside that quantity that's only going to increase for sure. So I've got basically the GoPepe giveaway. So this is what we're going to do. GoPepe obviously launched their Pepe's Throne series. This is their series 2. So obviously we were part of that first series. I even think we did a sale day when GoPepe went launched the first edition. So we have a lot of people who are interested in GoPepe. They do a good job of getting their collectibles together. It looks like we are going to be giving away a couple packs here. So the first thing we're going to do, a pack giveaway on this stream itself, is going to be so the first thing we're going to do actually is drop hashtag GoPepe. The first person that does it is going to get the first big pack, and then we're going to drop some fewer small packs on LADZ Radio. So the first person that puts GoPepe in the chat is going to get that first drop of that Warlords pack, and you're going to be able to get that. So definitely a good thing to see from Pepe. The one thing that I reached out to the team and they wanted me to mention here, it looks like there is that burn mechanic. Obviously, you can burn these various Pepes, and you can. So the first series right now, this GoPepe Series 2 that they just launched, you can burn cards that you don't want. So say you get some dust cards or things like that, you can actually burn them and get points towards putting towards the treasury, where that treasury, which I think is up to $2,500, depending on how many points you get. When you burn these cards, you can get a percentage of that treasury. So it looks like a really cool mechanic. And then Series 1 and Hallow meme cards, which were their other series, those will go into that burning process where you get points next week. So good stuff from GoPepe. We're going to give away. I'm going to go back into the chat and find that person that said GoPepe first. That's always a hard one to do, but there's no wheels here today. And then the rest of the GoPepes that we have that are coming from the vault are going to you guys. It's going to be on LADZ Radio.
Yeah, man, I love to see it. I love to see, like, the expanded utility for some of these NFTs that, maybe have launched without much utility with them. Obviously, we saw that with the GPK Series 2, right? Like the ability to, did we go over 100? Yeah, hell yeah.
Holy crap.
We're going to have to come up with dances like every time we do something crazy. That's amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everybody who's in chat. I love seeing all the GoPepes. I love seeing the triple-digit number live. Thank you, lads. We appreciate that. But yeah, man, I think that, this is excellent to see. I look forward to seeing more of it. So with that said, we do have another Wax announcement. Dude, Wax is busy. This is the next 3 weeks. They've got drop after drop. They've got multiple drops in a week for some of these. And I think that that's actually kind of a good cadence for that platform. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of, trying to push the more affordable collectible versus something like on Rareable, right? So the next one that I've got here is, this one is actually a project that I feel really bad that we haven't really covered too much. It's called CryptoTwerpz. CryptoTwerpz is a project that I've actually been following since before it launched. They have got an excellent group of artists put together that are coming out with these really cool, dope cards that are basically, they're like, they're doing the same thing GPK did, right, with the dolls. So they're basically making fun of celebrities. So they got a lot of really cool art pieces. It's a cool set. The guys behind it, the team is excellent. Shout out to those guys. I think that this is going to be a really cool set, and it's going to be a lot of fun to collect.
Absolutely, man. Great story there. I've got the next piece. It's going to be Blockchain Heroes. It looks like Blockchain Heroes is launching their next piece, which is going to be First Strike. That's going to be on December 15th. Now, I'm not going to get too far into Blockchain Heroes. They do have a lot of different variations as well as different cards, but I just wanted to make that apparent. They're doing some really cool things with 3D art as well. So there's going to be some NFTs that are available. They did a really great, actually, I saw a lot of the NFT army over there, but they did a really great stream with Any Observation. Anders, his podcast is great, and the guys were over there. Maybe I can get a link for you guys and put that in Discord. But they did a great interview there, breaking everything down. But essentially, this next series of First Strike and Blockchain Heroes is going to go live. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to Travis over there. They're doing a great job with Blockchain Heroes. I want to put one more giveaway. I'm going to do the smaller pack for GoPepe. We're going to get a hashtag our vibe in the chat. First one to do that is going to get this next giveaway. So Shifty Sly was the other one that won the first giveaway. So shout out to Blockchain Heroes.
Very cool, very cool. Those guys are doing a lot of really cool stuff with their IP. So outside of that, I think Q touched on it a little bit earlier. Blankos is going open beta. Obviously, we think that it's an excellent project. They had put out a tweet saying the servers are going to go live about 35 minutes ago. Then they pushed it back 30 minutes. And the next update that I've got is tweeted just a few minutes ago. It's been pushed back till about 10 minutes from now, 1:45 Eastern. But with the open beta, they actually put out the patch notes. So I've got the patch notes here. Long story short, they're going to be rotating the Blankos, the actual Blankos themselves, out of the store. So they're going to have 5 new Blankos launched. And I think that buff, I think I got that in the assets. If you've got access to it, we can pull that up while I kind of chat about the rest of these. I think the lads would love to see the new Blankos coming in. So there you have it. We've got Lumberjack, Altitude, Mayho, Watermelony, and Dazzle. Dude, that JPK is dope. Lumberjack is so cool. But outside of that, they're also going to be rotating the accessories that are coming out, and they're going to have some Christmas or some holiday themed accessories coming out. They've got some antlers, a beanie, a bow. And then they're adding, some new gigs, which are their version of the missions. Those are going to be basically added in the junction. So you can find some of the NPCs there. They've updated the hit markers. And then they've got a little list of things that they're going to be updating, quality of life stuff. They're adding lava to the builder, so you can now build maps with lava. The biggest thing for me is the matchmaking. That was kind of my biggest complaint. The matchmaking system is still a little broken. So I'm really hoping that today's update fixes that. And the main point that I found that I really liked is that when a party ends, the random option is now the default, which means it's not going to automatically put you into a new map, which means that you don't actually get matched with anyone else, right? So the change there is that if the party that you're in ends and then you go into the randomizer, then what it's going to do is that it's going to try to find another party that's open that is looking for a randomizer, and it's going to combine those. And that's the biggest problem. It wasn't combining parties, so you would have a party of 3 people for 10 minutes waiting in a lobby. And the game is fun when you have a big lobby to play with, especially if the most of the people you're getting in them is 3 or 5 people. So, but outside of that, man, I'm really looking forward to it. We were kind of hoping to maybe play a little bit, live, but those are not coming up, and we've probably got not much time because I think that we've got some guests coming up.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get to the guests here in a sec. We've got Bitcoin Origins on. I'm going to let you intro them. Obviously, the Blankos launch is important, guys, because you can go into that Blankos junkyard and you can go to the store and you can actually purchase those with Blankos bucks, those first 5 that are coming out. So that's kind of an alpha drop there. We'll be anxiously waiting to see what we get. But anyways, man, before we get to the Bitcoin Origins, I think it was Jack Jones that won that other GoPepe. We'll be doing the remainder in LADZ Radio, and that's going to be awesome. It's going to be freaking amazing. Easy dropped a LADZ Treasury Vault post on his Twitter here while we were live. So shout out to Easy. A lot of these NFTs that you guys are getting, especially the GoPepes, all of these different NFT teams, they're dropping NFTs into the vault, and those will be distributed to LADZ holders and different ranks of LADZ holders. So recruits, miners, you guys are going to be getting the majority of those NFTs, while the lower ranks will likely get less NFTs. And that's something that we're doing. So Easy's heading that up. Want to give a big shout out. But Ronin, I'm going to let you take over here. We got a great interview for Bitcoin Origins. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this. I think the throughput storyline here should be that I famously said that the Bitcoin Origins project didn't really have utility, therefore I wasn't really interested in it. And in the past 2 or 3 weeks, I think I've said at least once on every episode that if there is one project I really FOMO hard over, it's definitely Bitcoin Origins. Now, up until we had the opportunity to chat with these guys, I still didn't know that there was much utility. However, the art was enough there, as well as the scarcity and just the overall community, that made me really feel like this project is something I should be following. So to have the opportunity to have both Jeremy and Paul on today is something I'm really excited about, and I'm looking forward to them kind of teaching me a lesson for opening my big fat mouth before I had learned about the project. Yep, we're going to bring you guys Jeremy and Paul from the Bitcoin Origins team. Thank you guys so much for joining us, man. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I don't know if I think the best place would probably be, Jeremy, if you want to kind of give us a little rundown for anyone who maybe hasn't heard of Bitcoin Origins or what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, sure. So really excited about what we're doing here at Bitcoin Origins. You know, we're huge NFT fans. Put on NFT Day in conjunction with Travis and Joel of the Bad Crypto Podcast with our company Coin Genius, and diving into the space and having the likes of the William Quigleys and everybody who's kind of running the space, Dapper Labs, makers of CryptoKitties, and just all the innovators. We just really wanted to assess what was going on, and we really wanted to enter in some capacity. So we created NFT Genius to be able to create our first ever NFT project called Bitcoin Origins. And the premise behind it was to really kind of flip this industry on its head, especially on the wax side of things. Wax to us has always been about quantity, less so quality. But there are some really top quality projects that have come out. I mean, you've seen Blockchain Heroes, you've seen GPK even evolve in terms of their artwork. You've seen Alien Worlds getting the land, and there's just so many different things that are happening. So we're like, how can we do something different? And how can we pay homage to this incredible thing that we call Bitcoin, which is, as everybody can tell, is really like transforming the financial world, and people are getting in a way to where they can finally take control of the financial future. And I think people are, finally making sense out of it. So we wanted to highlight Bitcoin specifically as the first journey. And the only way to really do that effectively is do that with high quality art and extremely scarce assets. So what we wanted to do with Bitcoin Origins, like I said, is break this up into moments. So highlighting the most important moments and significant moments in Bitcoin's history, tell the story about Bitcoin so people could learn and be educated along the way, as well as collecting unique artistic assets like you're seeing on the screen. And then on top of that, you have people like Paul that come in and help us to tell a story, and tell a story in a way that's never really been done before in the NFT space. So we've released our first moment, really successful, and it was the creation of the white paper with Satoshi, and that one sold out pretty quickly. And now we have moment 2 coming up on December 19th, and we also have a collaboration with Meme coming out on December 15th, which is next Tuesday. So there's a lot of things that are happening. We're super excited to be here, and as you can see, the art speaks for itself. Super scarce set. This is not hundreds of thousands of cards. This is hundreds and hundreds, if not just a small amount of 1,000.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into the quality versus quantity. But before we do that, Paul, I kind of wanted to get your take on telling a story with the NFTs. I think in our pre-production meeting, when we were kind of meeting for the first time, you were taking us through the storylines and your experience kind of doing this with major brands and major IPs. Tell us about the story that goes into Bitcoin Origins.
Yeah, so the background for me is that, I was involved with the Ninja Turtles from the very beginning. That's why I'm the guy with the gray beard. I've been around for a little bit. And I've been in the background at Marvel as well. So when Marvel were in bankruptcy, I came to them and I ended up rebuilding a lot of their content. So it seems absurd right now that Marvel would have been in bankruptcy, but if you go back, 20 plus years ago, they were actually in chapter 7. They were closing in on chapter 7. So it seems pretty crazy right now. And one of the things that I've been involved with is game design and storytelling across new media for a long time. The fact is that we look at new technologies like NFTs. You can look at it as a new form of storytelling because ultimately people haven't really cracked that nut. They haven't worked out what to do with NFTs yet. It's really a little bit more in the collectible space. But there's so much potential to turn NFTs into an art form. They're simply, at the moment, they're very much kind of positioned as one type of art form, which is here's the artwork, here's the collectability. But there's plenty of things that you can do in storytelling. If you go back 25 years, maybe when I started working in game design, a lot of companies at that point said that you could not tell a story with a game because it was just an interactive sort of playable thing, which when somebody tells me I can't do something, I normally is a challenge for me to go off and do it. So at this point, people might ask the question, well, what story can you tell with NFTs? And the answer is you can tell, for example, with us, right now we're telling the origin of Bitcoin, and it is fascinating. It is fascinating that an entity, Satoshi Nakamoto, whether that be a person, whether it be a group, whether it be an AI, frankly, released to the world something that almost was a gift because it ultimately gave people an opportunity to take their financial futures in their hands as opposed to being told by speculators or, currency manipulators. This is something that is almost like for the people. So it's a fascinating story, and into that story that I'm working on, we have, obviously a giant treasure hunt going on. Partly, I'm in control of delivering the message to some extent, but the treasure hunt itself is really compelling because at the end of the rainbow, there is 1 Bitcoin for people to find. And I think that in itself becomes something that people will be really excited about, because you can go on a treasure hunt and you can literally, if you get all of the clues right and you find the way to the end of it, there is 1 Bitcoin waiting, which I think is in and of itself a phenomenon.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's a really good actually segue into my next question, which was that during our conversation, you had spoken about collaboration kind of being built into this experience. And I think that the treasure hunt is obviously a really good example of that. But like, can you tell us a little bit more about like the idea of creating a project strictly with like collaborating and having people come together in mind?
Yeah, if you think about the history of Bitcoin or what it perhaps represents, I know one thing that's sort of thematically come from what we're talking about right now is that perception is almost exactly equal to reality. And we know that to be true. You know, you can change people's realities just by their perception of something. But the perception of something also creates value. So, you know, Bitcoin is at a certain point worth 0.01 cents. And then at some point, the perception of Bitcoin is that it's worth $1. Then it goes down, then it goes up. And at the moment, the perception of the value of Bitcoin is that it's worth $20,000 each. And so you can show that value comes in perception. Now, that value was built by a community. It was built by a world community. You know, people said, yes, I'm going to buy into Bitcoin. Yes, I agree. Yes, I believe it's worth something. And so what we have in our group, you know, we have a Telegram channel that ultimately everybody's following the story of what we're releasing, and people are really collaborating with each other. It seems to be very encouraged by the people behind the project, you know, that people collaborate with each other to help themselves perhaps solve the you know, reach the solution and find the Bitcoin. As to what anybody does with it when they find it, I think that's going to be up to them. If somebody finds the Bitcoin and they feel that people have helped them, then they may share the wealth. They may keep it for themselves. I don't know if that's been decided yet, but I think it brings up an interesting moral or ethical question for any of us, which is, you know, how do we find value? Is the journey to search for something as valuable or more valuable than what you find at the end? Certainly, Arthurian legend suggests that finding the Grail was less important than going to search for the Grail. So all of these themes sort of come into what we're doing.
Absolutely. I love that quote there, Paul. I appreciate it. Jeremy, I've got a question for you. You kind of touched on the quality over quantity debate there. And we've seen and worked with different projects that have kind of attacked this supply problem or equation a little bit differently. So what did you guys kind of take me through the process of how you guys thought about the quality versus quantity, how you guys kind of went with your supply, and then kind of maybe even the details, if you could break it down for us in Bitcoin Origins.
Yeah, sure. So in moment one, we broke it down and it was a little bit over 700 cards. And that's it, right? You know, we're a brand new company at that point. And, you know, in 75 days, you know, it's pretty amazing in terms of the response. You know, on our Telegram channel alone, I think we're upwards of 45,000 messages in just 75 days. And it just is a testament to the community and the fact that, you know, people are collecting these. This is not just, you know, I'm going on here and I'm trying to buy a pack. I'm trying to get as early as possible just so I can just resell it and make some money. I mean, there's some people in this community that are making and forging connections that they're going to have for a lifetime, in our opinions, right? They're sharing engagement videos and photos and things like that. And they're doing, you know, homie hookup trades, if you will, right? So they're trading just to help each other collect and complete sets. So the scarcity factor goes back to each moment is being released individually. And it's really specifically because we really wanted to hone in on that moment in time in Bitcoin's history so people thoroughly understood what happened. What happened with the creation event? Why was it important? Who is Satoshi? What led to the creation of Bitcoin? Who was the inspiration behind it, right? All of those things really matter to us. And that's why we want to take our time. This is not a money grab, right? This is about doing this thoughtfully and methodically. Moment 2 launches here soon, which is the Genesis block. So Satoshi mining the first block and getting 50 Bitcoin out of that. This is a really important moment. And a lot of people just don't understand or don't know because maybe they came late. And we're trying to take this opportunity to educate them, give them this incredible asset. And the great thing is due to the scarcity of it alone, I mean, I just saw yesterday we have something called a block reward that I'd love to show an asset for if I can share my screen at some point. And this block reward came in our 4 megabyte block. Those were $200 blocks, right? So this is very different for Wax. We didn't know if the Wax community was ready for something like this, a premium set to where one pack or one block, as we sell them in, was $40 with only one card and a chance at a death card. Well, those death cards, there was only 21 of them in the 1 megabyte block, and they go for at least $750 each. The block reward is a play on a Casacious coin. And a lot of people don't know what a Casacious coin is. And I encourage everybody to look that up. That's how people held Bitcoin in physical form, in the form of coin. Way back in the day, you don't see them really anymore. But that reward can actually now be redeemed. We just announced that. And I'd like to, if I can at some point, show those assets for the first time. Nobody's seen these. So starting now, if you have a block reward from that 4 megabyte block, you can redeem those over the next 24 hours and get one of 3 extremely rare assets that you can only get in this redemption.
Wow, very, very cool. Yeah, if you want to shoot those to me in a DM while we're chatting,
Oh, sure.
I can up. Yeah, we don't have the ability to do the screen share for the guests, but I can definitely take care of that for you.
Cool.
So one of the things that I found super interesting, obviously, is that you're educating the collectors, right? Kind of like as you go, like a lot of that stuff that you just talked about, I have no clue about. So outside of kind of sharing the lore, maybe like, are you guys doing that like on the back of the cards? Like how exactly are people able to follow the storyline that you guys are telling?
Paul, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about that. One of the things that we're building, obviously, is we're trying to get to the website as well. You know, part of my job in all of this is to kind of memorialize a lot of this and get to the website and make that asset available for everybody. Yeah, they're on the back of the cards. Yeah, we're kind of talking, you know, about some of the things that are going on, but you know, and that have happened through the history of Bitcoin. Generally, I think, you know, it'll be an asset that we build out, like cross-pollinate between the cards and the website that we carry, so that people can really read it and learn the background of it and kind of see the journey of Bitcoin and see where it's come from and where it's going. I think where it's going is speculative. Where it's come from is easy to see. So we're just kind of doing that right now. We're trying to make it so that it's very palatable as well. You don't want to bludgeon, like you never want to give people spinach. You want to mash spinach up into something that's more palatable, right? So it's really people electing to go find the story themselves. And the story, like I said, is fascinating from the inception of it to the delivery of Bitcoin. It's been pretty incredible. And I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention what was kind of going on behind the scenes with us, right, Jeremy? You know, obviously we have sort of a silent partner in all of this that we interact with that I think is pretty interesting to me, you know, having been a more recent arrival to the project. I've been fascinated by getting materials kind of sent to me because I usually, as a creator, I normally write my own stuff. But in this case, you know, some of what we're working on is being given to us by our friend, right, Jeremy?
Yes, sir. So our friend goes by Get'em Code. There's actually a separate Telegram channel called The Uprising. And Get'em gives us basically directives in terms of what to do, sometimes inspiration, but really kind of calls the shots a lot of times in terms of what they want to do next. Once again, don't know if he, she, they, whatever the case may be, but we know for a fact, based on some of the information they provided, that they're very early on in Bitcoin. They reached out to us pretty early, me specifically on Telegram, just to let me know that this is a really important project and they want to back it as much as possible. So we've given them the autonomy to join in and be a part of the story.
Awesome, man. Well, I wanted to also touch on this meme collab that you guys are doing to kind of drive interest in the sale and in the project in general. So kind of break down this meme collab. I'm a meme gang guy myself. I hold a little bit of meme. I love what they're doing with different artists and how they're promoting different projects in different ways. How are you guys working with Jordan and the meme guys?
Yeah, so meme really great because they're innovators, right? Jordan's been a part of the DeFi space for a while. You know, hats off to him in terms of everything he does. He works over at Consensus as well. So really saturated. And, you know, he saw an opportunity because, you know, he just put out a tweet and was just joking around. You know, it's kind of like Dogecoin, but for NFTs. You know, he put out a tweet talking about memes, like, you know, found some sort of image that happened to be a pineapple. And then people are like, oh, that's really cool. I'd like that. I'd like to buy that. And he was like, are you serious? So long story short, there was just such a tremendous following and feedback because he was trying to mash up NFTs. He's like, hey, what if we stake a coin and then it spits off these pineapple points, and then you use those points to buy rare NFTs? And everyone just happened to think that was an incredible idea, so they ran with it. So they've been doing this on the side, aside of their main jobs as a side hustle. Meme blew up, and I think their coin at some point got to like $2,000 a coin, retracted, just like everything else. But they have some really incredible core technology. We're huge fans of his and the company and what they're doing. And collaboration for us was just natural because I think Ethereum is equally interesting as Wax. Obviously, it's a much bigger pool. And we even have some of the sketch cards and things that we released on Ethereum at some point that went for half an ETH each. And I think some are going for like 5 ETH. So with that said, this collaboration is great. Next Tuesday, we did these very specific cards. So the one you're seeing now is the one that's going up for auction. That's called the Epiphany. And that's a collaboration piece between us and Meme. And then the other three you can buy with pineapple points. So that specific pool will come live. So in the meantime, if you want to accumulate pineapple points, I think you go to their Genesis pool, and then you can just start collecting the pineapple points, and then you can move those over to the BTCO pool as soon as they open that up. But yeah, we're really excited and got nothing but great feedback from everybody on both sides, which is really cool to see.
Wow, that's excellent, excellent. I think obviously in this space, collaboration is a really big thing. Seeing you guys, collaborate with the meme guys is an excellent thing. An excellent sign for the space and as well as your project. And I do appreciate it. You did, Buff, if you want to check out my screen. Jeremy did send a couple of these teasers. This is the first
there it is.
first time being shared. So
our Telegram channel is about to go crazy.
Dude, it's gonna go nuts. This is sick, and I love the art. Absolutely. He's got one. I think he gave us a couple. So let's check this out.
Here's the so there's 3 levels, right? So there's Genesis, open source, and Lightning. So that one is the open source. That's the second highest rarity of this card, and then Lightning is the most rare out of all of them. So people, there's only 21 4 megabyte blocks. They sold out in less than 10 seconds. So there's only 21 people who actually have these block rewards, right? And I think only 16 or so people have even opened up the blocks. The rest of the people are just holding on to them. So about 16, 17 people are going to be redeeming for these, and you get a random chance at one of these, which is a combined asset. It's called the culmination of the 3 different takes of the creation moment of the white paper itself. You have a more whimsical version, Satoshi in a basement, and then the anonymous mask. Those are the 3 cards that were the base cards that were released in moment 1. Once again, highly scarce set. This was a little over 700 cards, including a few different inserts like our death card and our glitch cards.
Wow. Very, very cool. I love it. I mean, I wish I had one of those tokens. Very cool. So I think with that, I really appreciate it. Another thing that Jeremy let me know, guys, is that he's going to actually give us a card to do a giveaway. So if you guys are interested in that, I think that we mentioned a little bit earlier, we are having a LADZ radio session after today's show. So you're going to want to hop in there and make sure you're in the LADZ radio chat. And I'll make sure I do that giveaway probably in about the first 10 or 15 minutes of LADZ radio today. So you guys will have an opportunity to get, is it the card that you sent me in my DMs, Jeremy?
It is. And I think our community is going to be really excited because they love our sketch cards. So this is actually the Inception, which is one of the cards in Moment 2 upcoming. This is the sketch card. So this is a really cool artistic take. I think you showed the final version earlier, but it just so happens people love these sketch cards. They want to collect them, and they go for quite a pretty penny on the secondary markets, which is really interesting. So this is by Mute Illustration. So call out to Mute, one of the most incredible artists we've had a chance to work with, and the art he puts out is just next level. And then we partnered with Black Math out of Boston, which is one of the best animation studios we know. So watch out for Moment 2, because from an animation standpoint, artistic standpoint, man, it's going to be tough to see which one I like better. I mean, Moment 1, Moment 2, it's going to be tough. There's some really cool stuff you guys are about to unearth in those blocks.
Yeah, definitely, man. This interview has been amazing. I definitely want to get a shout out to Bitcoin Origins in the chat. I'm going to drop the LADZ rewards link. If we get hashtag Bitcoin Origins in the chat and it blows up, I will then drop the LADZ rewards link. But Jeremy, Paul, this has been amazing. If we missed anything, let us know right now where I guess everybody could go, or if we did miss anything before we let you go here.
Yeah, sure. I'll say one thing and then Paul, if you have anything to say, but you can go to btcorigins.com. If you sign up for Join Me, the cool thing and one thing that's very different than most of the project out there is we wanted to create this as a free to play experience as well. So if you click Join Me, you can actually get a free card, free NFT called a Satoshi card. That has clues in it, and that's very much part of the story. So if you don't want to participate, you don't want to buy anything, you can still participate, join the Telegram channel, and help the community unearth these clues and basically unlock more value in the set. So I think that's a really important thing. The next thing I'm going to say is that this is an announcement that we haven't told anybody yet, which is our first moment. The lowest block was $40, and this was really a test for us. We want more people to be able to come in, and we're taking feedback into account all the time. So the 1 megabyte block, the entry point, we've actually cut that in half. So that's going to start off as $20. And actually, that's going to have a little bit more content and some things in it that I think people are really going to like. And in that block itself, you're going to be in a drawing for some extremely rare one-of-one assets that I think people are going to go crazy over. So with that said, I'm excited about Moment 2. We're learning every time. We're trying to innovate and do new things. And, you know, I think from here, the sky's the limit. So with that, Paul, if you have anything else to say.
Yeah, I can't reiterate enough how important it is for us that this is free to play. You know, that people, you know, we have the story and we also have, you know, we have the game, or I should say the treasure hunt, and it can be for everybody. So, you know, anyone that has an interest in treasure hunts or has an interest in the story can come in. They don't necessarily have to do any of our purchases to be part of it. That being said, one of the things that we know as part of this project is that, you know, it's kind of stressed repeatedly, it's in the cards, it's in the cards. So I think, you know, owning the cards will be certainly a key towards solving the treasure hunt and getting to the Bitcoin. I don't think it's particularly necessary, but I think it helps to some extent. So, you know, it's free to join in. Come join us and be a part of this journey. And we are really grateful to be part of the show today. Thanks very much.
Definitely. Thank you guys again so much for like coming on and for kind of educating us about the project and for, you know, just giving us excellent sneak peeks. You guys chat got some excellent sneak peeks, some first, you know, first news. So I think that's excellent. We appreciate that very much. I'm checking chat real quick. I just wanted to see if anybody had any questions. Q, I don't know if you identified any while we're chatting.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
it looks like Jeremy and Paul are hopped off here, so we're probably gonna move to the closing part of the episode. But definitely appreciate. I think the interview section of these NFT lives are getting better every time. Obviously, you guys saw the art piece there. That's gonna be amazing. A sketch art piece. That's gonna be an amazing giveaway. That's easily the best giveaway that's happened on NFT Live. A lot is being done on LADZ Radio after the episode, but I'm gonna let Buff come in here in a sec, but this was, again, I want to get your last take here. Ronin, what did you make of Bitcoin Origins before we bring Buff in?
I mean, dude, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to kind of jumping into this, you know, second opportunity with the Moments too. I think that like just it's like we talked about when we seeing
Oh,
people who are super passionate about what they're doing is exciting, and it makes you energetic, and it makes you, you know, really interested in what they've got going on. So I'll be jumping in. I'm going to be following. I jumped in the Telegram. The Telegram is lit. Like those dudes are hardcore. They remind me a lot of like, you know, the COGS community where they just eat up everything that gets put out, and it gives like this really cool like experience and vibe, right? So BTC Origins, I'm all over it. I'm there for the sale. And again, thank you so much to Jeremy and Paul for coming on and having a chat with us. I hope that we get further opportunities to not only, you know, collab with them maybe, but also have them on again and continue to follow their projects in the future. So we do appreciate that, guys. But yeah, outside of that, I know Buff has got some last minute announcements before we let you guys go.
That was awesome. The artwork, yeah, I haven't purchased a lot of NFTs that are art NFTs yet, but man, I really like the vibe they're putting out, and I definitely will be looking to get involved. And hopefully, a lot of you guys that were introduced to BTC Origins liked what you saw there. The whole story and lore behind Satoshi, to me, is just something. I love it. I actually have been over the summer. I was reading like almost every email Satoshi put out that's out out in public. There's actually a book about every email that Satoshi's ever put out, and there's a great little documentary out there, Barely Sociable did, about who the real Satoshi is. So if you like conspiracy theories, go check that out, Barely Sociable on YouTube. It's a 3-part series, so it'll get your brain spinning. Don't know if it's true, but nobody knows who or if Satoshi is a group of people, but I love the artwork on this, guys. That was a great interview. Thanks to both of them for coming on board. So yeah, we're going to give out some stuff on LADZ Radio after this episode. We've got some really interesting things there that I'll bring up on my screen. We had a COGS giveaway on Tuesday. Gave away about 50 of my personal COGS. And we also had Bitcoin Benny, the co-CEO, come on board and give us 2 packs. And we gave away 1 pack that I opened up live on there. And this second pack is unopened. So what we're going to do after the show ends is we're going to go into LADZ Radio. I'm going to play some tunes for you. We're going to get down and funky in LADZ City. And we're going to host a little auction here. So if you have LAD tokens and you want to put them to use, make your bid. There'll be a separate little page for you to place your bid. You have to be a nomad or above. So come on in and get your roll wallet. It's that easy. And once you got your roll wallet and your 1 LAD token, you will bump up to a nomad and you can place a bid. It will take LADs though, so you're going to need more than 1 LAD most likely to win this pack. But this is an unopened pack, you guys. We don't know what's inside this thing. There could be some rarities, man. There could be the rarest cog of them all just waiting in there to be birthed. So I'm really excited about that. And then after LADZ Radio, which will be about an hour broadcast, I will be helping Crypto Mystic put on a talking stick ceremony, Fireside. So this is going to be a nice little, I don't want to say kumbaya as much as a cool way to bring the community even closer together, let everybody have a chance to speak, and everyone can talk from their heart and really just kind of come together on it. So I'm really excited about where this can take us. LADZ City's growing, you guys. This is amazing. So once the show ends, you guys, we go back into our Discord server, LADZ City, and the party keeps going, and music is played, and NFTs are given out, LADZ tokens are given out, high fives are given out, great gifts are dropped. It is groovy time. I'm very excited. I can already feel it. I got my playlist going. I'm ready to do this. So come join us right afterwards in LADZ City. We'll drop the Discord link here in the chat. We'll get you guys all dialed in. LADZ Radio is free to everybody to listen in. If you want to request a song, you are going to have to be a nomad or above. If you want to give a shout out, you're going to have to be a recruiter above. But you know what? Those rankings can be done over time. As you guys saw today, you just earned some LADs for just tuning in and supporting us. All-time highs, guys. This is not slowing down, is it?
All-time highs, man. This has been a great episode. Buff, I don't want to repeat everything Buff said because he laid it out perfectly. We are going to be doing LADZ Radio, which is the coolest thing we do on Layer 1. So definitely get into the Discord. I believe the Discord link is in the description. Otherwise, I think we can drop a link. I'm also dropping the second NFTLive all-time high rewards link because we did hit all-time highs at like 111 at one point. You guys are amazing. Shout out to Rich Z. Shout out to Ken Bozak, who both donated. That is amazing, man. It definitely helps our channel grow, getting those donations. Really big shout out to everybody. Shout out to the lads. It's just a great feeling, man, what we've got going on here, and it's only the beginning. We've only been at this for a little while now, so we appreciate everybody. We can't wait to do all the drops that are going to happen here over the next thing. The only other thing I have to say is our dedication to you guys is that we missed the Play Blankos launch. Blankos has launched. Get on over there right now. Download the game. You can buy the new Blankos. The mints are running as they get purchased. But, I actually have this is the only thing I would rather be doing than that, man. So love you guys. Hopefully you are doing good out there. And then Dimitri's Desk tomorrow as well. And then NFTLive every Thursday, man. So we're happy to be bringing you all of this, the good info, and sharing this time with you, sharing this industry with you. So I'll let Ronin take us out, and I'll also drop the link that will let run for about a minute or two, Buff.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. And just a reminder, I did pin the link, the quick link to be able to join the Discord. If you guys are new, if you are part of that Bitcoin Origins community and you guys are not part of the Discord, the best way to go about it to get in on this giveaway is going to be to sign up with a roll account. Don't use the MetaMask option. The MetaMask option does not give you guys that 1 LAD, which is going to be necessary to be able to partake. So that's a little alpha for you if you want to be taking part of that giveaway. giveaway. Outside of that, guys, I think it was an excellent episode. Thanks again to Jeremy and Paul for joining us. I'm super hype about what they've got going on and seeing what they're bringing to the space. And don't forget, we got LADZ City coming up right after this. And then after LADZ City, we've got the Fireside chat. All right, guys. And you guys know how we're going to send it off, right? It's our vibe, our tribe.
Thank you, lads. Thank you, lads.